What it do, YouTube? What it do, TikTok family? It's your boy Twins back at it again with another banger. If you don't know, now you know. Follow me on all platforms at Twins. Okay? The true art of detachment and duality. That's the title of today's video. We are all one. Oneness is the truth. We're all living in an experience based off experiences. We're all trying to experience things, right? That's what we're chasing. Everybody is when you're down here to experience things. That's why time is a measurement of experiences, okay? Which means you are ought to live a life of experience. We are bounded here by soul contract, meaning you grow through interactions and the perception of light. Therefore, it may not be all what you see, but those experiences are very real. And you ought to live this experience to gain experiences, right? We are all one, and oneness is true. Everything is connected, okay? But with all that being said, detachment is a tool for proper reattachment. Most times I've been seeing, and I see a lot, and I'm going to put my point of view on it. This is my point of view. Detachment is a tool for a proper reattachment. Proper reattachment is not detaching and doing the same thing you were doing. Detachment is a tool for proper reattachment. To detach from material to properly attach it and have a goal in mind with it is different, right? When we detach from worldly things, knowing that we're spiritual, when you detach from worldly things, you are ought to properly reattach, which means you should have balance or duality when it comes to the world. That is important. We should have balance when it comes to the world. We are like workers, not like slaves. Therefore, you have to be able to maneuver in the world using your light. That is what duality is for. The yin and the yang, the dark and the light, the black and the white. They show you those colors. They show you these type of things because they're very important. It is the oneness. Oneness looks like that. This is what oneness looks like. It looks like yin and yang. It is duality. Balance. It's important for the world. It's so that you can properly maneuver in this world. Time and time again, highly vibrational beings, which we learned in teachings, which we learned in scribes, which we learned on the walls of Egypt, have shown duality is the glue for oneness. They've shown duality is the key. We know that duality is how you be able to maneuver, how you reinforce what it is that you're putting into and putting out of this world, right? With that being said, we are all having an experience. We're in an experience, having an experience, which means detachment is very important. Detachment is death and rebirth. It's different verbiage, but it's exactly the same. When you have a lot of death and rebirth, you are detaching and reattaching. The truth is, you aren't going to ever stop detaching and reattaching because it is pivotal for growth. And unless you stop breathing, unless you stop experiencing, you will not stop growing. This is an everlasting growth process until you get to the point where you're not growing anymore. And most people aren't fully ready for that, so therefore we're going to continue to keep growing. You know what I mean? But it is a forever growing process, which means you have to detach and have proper reattachment for each stage of your life or each stage of your experience. With that, you have to balance out things that need to be done with the worldly, with your worldly tasks, and juggle your spirituality with your world. If you can't do that, you can't have duality. You can't have balance. Same thing, different verbiage. You cannot have balance. Balance is what you're looking for. You're looking for balance when we abstain our energy from giving it to other people, like semen retention. When we avoid negative people, negative energies, people who are holding on to dark entities, dark energies, we are maintaining balance. We are protecting our balance. We are protecting our energy so we do not become unbalanced. Because as we are protected and we are foundational, and we do have a strong foundation, things can make you out of whack with your balance. And you know that, and I know that too. The art of detachment is to avoid that, and duality is to keep that in check. Therefore, when you are moving in this world, using balance is the most important thing, because if you're balanced, then you'll be able to do other things. You'll be able to be open to new opportunities and new chapters in your life. And that's why I talk about a lot of chapters and changes and things and shifts, because they happen all the time, but you have to be open to them. But you have to be balanced in order to be aligned with them. That's why we talk about alignment. Alignment is being balanced. You detach and you properly reattach, which means you realign, and now you're in alignment. Duality comes with that. Okay? I love y'all. Live, laugh, twist. We out.